Is everything working this time? Is everything working this time? Nope. Waited long enough for the cutscene. Empty baby chariot. Yep, getting jumped by the cleric beast. A cleric beast. I do prefer the story type cutscenes other games have to offer, but this one sets the mood quite sufficiently. Now, I am gonna start a new game. I've been very indecisive as to what I want to do today, or in general, before Friday, because I kinda see myself getting lost in the console anno for a bit afterwards. Just gonna be hit or miss, I'm fairly sure, but I really want to do it. Up until then, I finally decided I wanted to go for a little bit more Bloodborne. I still need 2 more endings. And I guess before the music wells up too much, again, I'll just start a game and do all this talking whilst I create the character.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
So, as the title would suggest, I'm gonna go for my personal or reliable setup because I really want to play that right now. I should have... Oh, well, load favorites. Well, that's great. Um, that's a fumble of quite noticeable proportions, but well. I'll just have this. Oh, it'll give me a little bit more time to mess and fumble about. So I want to play with the Chikage. It has been my favorite weapon in the game in the past. I know it's not very original or very trick weapon-like compared to many of the other weapons that the game has to offer. But, well, quite honestly, it's just what I like. So, which means I'm gonna need... I have it written down here. I need 10 strength. I need, what, 14 skill and 12 blood tinge. Blood tinge is the throwaway stat of the game, so... I think I will only be leveling it a little bit later on to complete the set and use the Evelyn. So I'm going for the Canehurst approach. And I'll probably, as so many people before, will end up with Maria's set once I can acquire it, but that's gonna be a long way down the road. For now, I guess I'm just gonna... Well, not... I'm just gonna get a couple of things done in Yarnum. I'm gonna go and see how far that takes me. I'll go for a heavy skill type build. Where are you full? Characters usually ghostly thin. On the reddish side. It's a very artificial red, isn't it? That works as well. Well, that's something, isn't it? Long ponytail. I'm not gonna go for the Adela or the Frankenstein's wife approach. I used this hairstyle in the past. Be either or, I guess. Don't see too much of it anyhow. It's the one you can take for the wild hair physics. Once you step into an elevator, it's gonna be quite something with any of the longer hair styles. Yeah, all reliable. Color green. Yeah. Call, did I give her glasses? Probably not. Have some blemishes. She has a very soft chin, doesn't she? But that will work, simple enough. Yeah, I do want to do just basic Yarnum stuff and see how far I can get. Unfortunately, no ending I have yet to do features the moon presence, so the octopus is gonna survive. I'm not quite sure just yet if I want to fuss with the Chalice dungeons or how much I want to fuss with the Chalice dungeons, because for how much I do loathe them, I tend doing them most of the time and complaining afterwards. But for now, let's just get into the city.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
The beast blood.
You found yourself a hunter.
And such we wake in Yosefka's clinic. Whilst it's still the good Yosefka. Take that hood off. Need to see that shining red mane of ours as long as we can. So yeah, I'm sure this is common knowledge to each and every one watching the game by now. The story is very loosely interpretable. Well, that kind of went horrible. The amount of story you get actually told is very few and far in between. The old item descriptions and note placed throughout Yharnam ever so often will give us only glimpses into the story, and thus it is all up to interpret whatever we want or can find about the lore and the going-ons and actual story that happens. Now, it is widely known that the story of Bloodborne in particular has some gaping holes throughout, not just the fact that there is no real time or timetable, no real well, you can't really follow on. I'm drawing blanks left and right here. There's no way to really put all the events as they happen into a certain defined order, because we just don't ever get enough information to do so. There is also incredibly few information, or there is incredibly few information about all the important central characters. So there is very little you can gather about basically the origins of most of the story and most of what actually transpires throughout the game or what we have to deal with. Now, for all we can tell, we came from a faraway country, going by the foreigner garb. Not typical clothing for Yharnam, perhaps it is of foreign origin. It is said, after all, the traveller came to Yharnam from afar. Without memory, who will ever know? We are now in the nightmare of blood and beasts. As far as we can tell, we have been sick, we have been suffering, most likely from pale blood. And there is this one note we immediately get to inspect. Handwritten scroll, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Now, personally, I subscribe to the belief that this is not our note, but the note of the blood minister, who, well, left us here on the table and who gave us the transfusion. To me, this makes the most sense, with the beast blood going up in flames, that it comes in contact with all pale blood, because pale blood is quite reasonably to think something very special in this world, as the Great Ones, or at least the Moon Presence and Uden, seem to be drawn to people who have pale blood. But it's brought to my attention that apparently in the Japanese original text there is some hint that the note could be from us. Now, I have not seen any of the Japanese originals. I'm basing all of what I know solely on the English version of the text, not even the German ones. I wanted to fiddle around with the language settings of the PS5 if I maybe get the game in English by doing that, but I haven't really tried that out. I meant to do it, but I didn't. And, well, I don't really think I want to fuss about with that just now. So, but that brings me to one more point I want to touch on before I start actually playing the game, at least for a bit. I really don't know how much one should or can take into account certain things about other language versions, or even or cut content, which is probably the more reasonable thing to be somewhat reserved on, because, well, cut content is cut content for a reason. I've worked creatively in before, and at least I saw a lot of the discussions of what was or what would have been Mikola in Elden Ring, or Godwin, or how you meet them or how you may interact with them, which was left was left out of the game. And again, with my own creative background, I do have to say none of that should actually really matter to the game. And the story we inevitably got, or what we could figure out, of course, it can offer useful hints and pointers at times, but always, always, always should be taken with a grain of salt. Again, things are cut for a reason, because they don't fit in with the general narrative, or if you want to keep them for a later date, which with the practice of modern video games of offering at least one story DLC or content DLC might of course be just a sensible thing, but until it is available for the game or in the game, it should not really be taken into account when trying to puzzle together these larger pieces of story, because it'll just not it's likely it won't end up working out at all. So the fact that there is a grand lake of mud in the game files for Bloodborne, for instance, or that you can in Demon Souls find traces of the giant runestone, that should not matter at all when looking at the story that we are presented with. As many of the intricacies and details that are alluded to in regards to these points will just not ever have existed, or are minuscule enough that they well, they won't, or it will not follow up in the way it should to the points and throughout the points in general. And the thing about different language versions, especially with a language like Japanese, that is very difficult to translate into European languages, which are often fairly concise in what they're meaning, and there aren't quite as many words, or even just the symbols they use for writing, especially kanji. The sheer amount of different readings you have and words they can allude to or that they are a part of, mm, it's something else. Japanese is, of course, from a European standpoint, one of the more difficult languages in the world to learn. Um, and that should be taken into account, but um, I guess each and everyone has to, for themselves, make up their mind how much they want to take that into account. I personally don't. I find it fascinating, I find it interesting, and once my Japanese is good enough to play these games fully in Japanese, I will try to do so. I've yet only tried my hand at Pokemon on the Switch, which is, of course, quite a few steps down from something as, well, dark and brooding as Bloodborne or well, any of the Souls games. So, now, if all of that was actually picked up by the mic and made its way uh, into the recording, then I'm already happy. That is much more than I can say from my first attempt at playing Bloodborne. Now, I don't really intend to make this a real lore through. I'm going to point out a lot of things because I just find them fascinating, or because I really like things like level design or the lore. But I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to do long talks about certain areas or just in general certain more obscure parts, unless there's either interest in that or I find myself derailed into that direction. Now, do I want to karate chop the werewolf to death? It's probably gonna fail. The fact that I don't have a jump button is gonna be, oh, game's like, yeah. Oh, you already need. Oh yeah, that's. Bad start after all the. Wulong's not been good on my Bloodborne abilities. Oh, yeah. The fact that you had no option in Wulong to play with the shoulder buttons for light and heavy attacks did kind of mess me up. They use square and triangle. A beautiful, beautiful hunter's dream. An abandoned doll. And much like the real world counterpart, she is already slightly animated. Can get her hand into shot. Yeah, her finger wriggles ever so often. And again. And again. Hey little guys. Gonna go with the cane. Because I'm gonna go skill. And I'm gonna take the hunter pistol, as I always take the hunter pistol. Yeah, and I don't need the notebook, but whatever. Threaded cane. Pistola. That was me going, oh, I need to press square for long. This will take a little bit to get used to again, I'm fairly certain. Well, let's go and give that werewolf what's coming to him. The Yosefka's already in session. The idea that the note is from the minister as well seems kinda, or to me seems even more convincing, because the minister is nowhere to be found in this building afterwards. So I guess there's two sensible ways to go about things. Either he found us, gave us the transfusion, and immediately started off to make his way to the healing church and to, well, deliver the good news. We found pale blood. We might actually be nearing the end of the night, at least somewhat. Or he got immediately Yosef God, and he is one of the bobbleheads you find later on in the clinic. Then again, we're still on. Well, it's still normal Yosefka's clinic right now. We know the imposter likely breaks through the side of the house at some point and takes her place. So yeah, and well, I don't think there is no body for the minister. He is in a wheelchair. And how would he go down the stairs, huh? How would he even leave?
Are you out on the hunt?
What?
Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do.
Yosefka's blood vial.
Go. And good hunting. Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position.
Yeah, I do.
I can only pray for a fruitful hunt.
Can barely make out her arm and see that she is not carrying a weapon, unlike her double. Still, always should be pointing out that even normal Yosefka has to have been a high-ranking member of the choir, as well. She created something quite special. Blood vial acquired from the lady doctor at Yosefka's clinic. The refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. This rare blood vial is a product of a slow and careful refinement process, likely devised by the doctor herself. Aside from her actually giving you the blood vial, it also appears in a final chest before Murgo's wet nurse. So it is, well, at some central points in the game, which at least could, or it alludes a little bit to to this being maybe a staple piece of equipment for very high-ranking members of the church. Ooh, he didn't actually steal my blood echoes. And she is wearing the choir's uniform. Yeah, stagger. Boop. It's as simple as that. I always check on the left side and never find anything. Sprinting's also gonna be quite different. So I had to press in the left stick last time. Yeah, the executioner's patrolling up in that little area. But for now, we can take in the site of Yharnam. As per usual, FromSoft Games, beautiful level design. Yharnam City on the right side, your entry level area. The Healing Church on the left. Did I say left, right? Twice. Right side, Yharnam City. On the left, the Healing Church in all its grandeur, and the large bridge connecting one part of the town with the other on the other side of the ravine. Now, you can barely make out that there is a slight height difference between the large outcropping of the bridge and the actual the round platform of the Healing Church. Although, of course, there's no way to tell that you can't actually get up there, because that is the bridge you fight the Cleric Beast on. That should be the boss fog gate, that little tower gate. And if you head on straight, you can even see the small aqueduct in the back, where you actually are able to cross, which leads you to the small garden, or small graveyard, I should say, where you fight Father Gascoigne. Furthermore, you can already see the ruined spire of the Church of Old Yharnam, which stands in between the large bridge and the aqueduct afar. With the church windows likely stained glass at some point, now hanging empty and without anything in them, as the church is missing its roof, and most of the church just lies in ruins, quite plainly. And there is no roof anymore to the building to speak of. Yeah. Takes a couple of swings. More blood vials. As we are basically hovering above Old Yharnam, and whilst most of these places are currently not loaded in because we are too far away, I'm pretty sure we are traversing a lot of these areas below us at some point or another. That's a re. Bob. We can now go back to the dream. Red incense lanterns, the ward of the beasts.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either.
Correct.
I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider.
Hey, Gilbert.
You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
Well, you're not wrong.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say.
Oh, they are quite correct.
Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
The way he phrased the question towards the pale blood makes it so you can interpret his reaction both ways of what I said earlier, that either we are searching for pale blood because it is our handwritten note, but also he could just be reacting to, we tell him of our pale blood, of the affliction called pale blood, and he just hasn't ever heard of it.
Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find the Cathedral Ward. Deep within lies the old main cathedral, said to be the source of blood. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
Now, pale blood in and of itself is a medical condition that was actually present in the real world. A lot of what happens in Bloodborne is actually based on real medical afflictions of the medieval to Victorian ages. Pale blood in itself being an iron deficiency in the bloodstream, which means your blood isn't strong enough or plentiful enough to transport an adequate amount of oxygen throughout your body, which usually leads to being of a sickly nature and just not as healthy as a normal person would be. Typically present amongst nobles of the time because of, well, the many incestuous family trees that were present throughout history. Gammon!
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gammon, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it.
Don't think too much about it. Just go out, kill a few beasts. Just do it.
This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Not creepy at all.
This was one... Oh, you're well even.
Really? Or I need to repair stuff. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. It's gonna have to deal with little old Murgo. Poor boy. Poor boy. I'm not gonna need... Alright. I don't think there's much point in saving up my... Oh, didn't realize you could buy that. Even I usually just pick it off in the sewers. Just pick it up. So, Central Yharnam. What a beautiful night to have a curse. Now I'm quite curious to find out how badly I'll do. Bloodborne feels so slow all of a sudden. Oh. Need to get that first insight if I want to level up. I could get that from the wharf. If I throw the Molotov now, it's gonna hit the cast iron fence. That's 2 of them dead. Well, one noticed. Oh, that was what I was expecting to happen. Stop waving your torch around. My HP back? Nope. So. Nope. Yeah, interact button in Wulong is R2, which... Oh, he noticed. I'll take that liver. Sure you don't mind if we do that again. Yeah. Tempering blood gemstone. Physical attack 1.1%. That's not as bad as I expected it to be, but no blood vials, sadly. At least I killed him in the first attempt. So where he came down from. He wants to talk to some friendly Yharnamites.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of the hunt. Away with you. Now. Lads, you've come on. Away with you.
Still the friendliest Yharnamite you'll meet. Quicksilver bullet. So at this point we might as well quickly jog back up. Oh no, this is the place you... Oh. Can jump down to... I wanted to jump down from there. Oh. More friendly Yharnamites.
You that outsider?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
At least he said sorry. Oh. Next patrol. Oh, that was a bad choice to stop there. Really, just the two. Oh, but I guess the third one came charging up the staircase, didn't he? And now, furthermore, in regards to how events are unfolding, there is also no real way to tell. Yikes. I get hit by this guy. Not quite every time, but most of the times, at least the first time I come through. Someone noticed me. Yeah, just slow down, please. Charging headlong into their demise. Well, yeah, I was saying, there is no real way to tell how long this night has been going on. Really? Well, didn't really want to use my quicksilver bullets for these enemies, but I guess, of course, using Molotovs is quite a bit more wasteful. I guess I thought I saw a lone hunter back here, but I must have imagined that. So yeah, you don't really know how long the night has been going on for. If we're talking just days or maybe weeks, months. Although it's likely that's more like months to years, considering the Church of Mensa's followers are all, well, they're mummified, aren't they? Dodge 2 bullets. With that. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. That was close. Ooh. Yeah, I don't trust you and your gun. Ah, clipped me. Anybody else? Oh, he noticed. Yeah, I guess I am a fiend. Oof. That was bad. I desperately need more HP. What did I start with? 7? 7 vitality. That's the lowest stat. Yeah, I guess I only need 1 point in strength and 1 point in skill, and I can use the Chikage. Which might be rough for the cleric beast. Yeah. They're doing well.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
I think, yeah, it's in. No, that's just a wheelchair. I think it's in this first little courtyard where you get exposed to our first bunch of empty baby chariots. He's about to turn around. Yeah, script it. Stop it. Yeah, give me that torch. I want my torch. I was wondering, whereas Dark Souls 2 or 3, in one of them you could hold one of your attack buttons and it would lift up the it would lift up the light source. I always forget there's one of these packs of crows where there's a docile crow that doesn't actually attack you. Sometimes I find it, but I usually kind of miss it. I always feel bad for killing that one in particular. When it happens, just... well... the company it keeps is not very good for the little crow. Anybody who's finished the game knows this is Murgo's Lullaby. That's playing in the music box. Have a Molotov. How far am I able to throw? I like... you reloaded a gun really quickly. Yeah, I'm the beast. Oop! Missing the first hit against the dog isn't usually that great. Luckily I can two-shot them. So yeah... we're up in werewolf country now. There's something... yeah, there is something back here. Yharnam is also home to all manners of statues. A lot of the humanoid ones. Many not having a face or covering their faces, which... well, it could be an ongoing reference to the blinding cap of Master Willem that found its way into the general practices of the choir. But, well, most often you have these humanoid statues that are either praising the sky, praising the cosmos, or averting their eyes, trying to be small and, well, a lot of them seem to be crying, fearful even. Which are, again, usually the two approaches that worked through Yharnam. Yeah, I also didn't pay too much attention to the large werewolf they are burning on the cross, just in the middle of the street. Whilst they call you a foul beast. Or you can also quite often overhear them telling you it's all your fault. So the Yarnamites are very steadfast in telling you that it's all your doing. All the events of the hunt are your fault. Nothing possibly could be because of the church or the hunters even. No, it's your fault. Well, I guess I wanna deal with you first then. How much damage? Oh, that kills you. Oh? Yeah, it does. For a moment there, I wasn't quite so sure. There's the rats. Rats down below. Wanna tango? Ooh, barely made that happen. He's the one with the harpoon. They have a very forgiving parry window. Fairly long. Well, that is just something you kinda have to get used to. Parrying. Oh, Cold Blood 5. Now that is still not a lot in Bloodborne. Oop. Well, I was just talking about how easily you are parryable. What? Dashed through him. Oh. Yeah, now I'm getting nervous. Yeah. Oil urn. As we acquire sweet new digs. One of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop, accompanied with a short cape to wipe away blood. A fine piece of hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yharnam's beastly threat. Allows one to stalk beasts unannounced by cover of night. Yeah, it's... Now we actually look like a hunter. Just a quick look. I didn't... If there are any more. Items on there. The cane is great for crowd control and especially for dealing with rats. It has a deceptively large range, which I think is quite short most of the time. Oh, this is just a place to get swarmed by 6 or 7 rats at a time if you fall down too early. So yeah, The cane is a good all-around weapon, both for crowd control and against certain enemies in particular, like the brain suckers are very weak to thrust damage. Just the only physical type of damage they are actually. Well, that you can actually competently kill them with. Of course, the sword cleaver is still the all-around best weapon in the game. Nothing has changed about that. So, yeah, that's the spirit. That's one werewolf too many. And that's a miss. What? Stand still. Yeah. Now, let's try that again. Sit down. Not exactly textbook, considering how I just threw the Molotovs far and wide, but it is a damn curse. Yeah, I am the beast, I know. An early warning system, you're about to get ambushed. Is that they have to destroy a couple of boxes to get to you. No mercy for the old and disabled. He'd pull out a gun. When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward as they burned old Yornum to the ground on that moonlit night. Now this is talking about the previous hunt, of course. It's talking about the hunt that, well, cost all of old Yarnum. Although, of course, old Yarnum is still smoldering below us. Really? Well, I say that very often. Yeah, I got a face full of torch. It's just a gate you push open. Now, as I teleport back to the Hunter's Dream to get weapon upgrades in, I'm gonna go AFK for a moment too. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I've been told to come back in half an hour. So, first things first, most important part about any Souls-like game, upgrading your weapon. It's the most increase in damage you can get. So, we'll use the free bloodstone shards we can. 2 more and we can upgrade to +2. I'll have to defeat We'll have to defeat Gascoigne in order to socket gems. Of course, that's still a little bit down the road. I'd like to... Oh, it's 22 blood vials. That is quite a nice amount. I do like stockpiling blood vials. Do very much like to do that. Just also another reason why I like to go into the chalices. Although the chalices are the main reason I use up so many. I have 16 spare. Well, I might as well try. What's the worst that could happen? I could lose 4.1k blood vials. That is... That's what? That's half a... That's a little bit more than half a dragling and the the lowest level of chalice. Got a cat. Sudden feline attention. Don't eat it, please. Don't eat the microphone. Oh, sorry. Yeah. She likes the attention. She knows what I'm doing. She knows why I'm talking to myself. Or maybe she just likes chewing on that end of the headset. Basically threw herself at me just now. Anyhow, let's try to deal with the Cleric Beast. The Cleric Beast is still, I said that the last time around, which got swallowed by the void. Cleric Beast is one of my favorite bosses design-wise in all of these games. Because of how it plays with your natural fears. Which is something that enemies like the Vanguard Demon or the Asylum Demon from the Dark Souls and Demon Souls games respectively also do a teensy amount, but nowhere as intensely as the Cleric Beast does it. Because the Cleric Beast is basically, it's a giant furry animal that comes at you screaming. I mean, of course, that is common knowledge, but and it's just the intensity with which it approaches you, attacks you, just the presence it tries to project that can get you. Gonna start hitting him at some point. Stop it. Oh, that was the wrong direction to dodge. Yeah, let's get rid of him. Sit down. Barking crows. Now I think it sounds like barking, what they're doing, but of course that is because the crows who eat the carrion of all the dead little werewolves, all the werewolves around Yharnam are starting to, well, gain traits of the beast plague. They start to grow large. They're too heavy to actually fly, so they are, well, bound to the floor, just crawling along the ground, and can only muster these short bouts of upward motion before they inevitably drop down again. But back to the cleric beast. You have this large hulking beast that approaches you screaming basically with every move it does. We'll see that soon enough, but I guess it's gonna... Well, I don't really talk much during these fights, so I'm gonna get this out of the way first. So it smashes the ground violently. It has a range advantage with the one large arm it has. It's just incredibly loud with everything it does, and it appears, because of all of this, it appears really fast. It isn't. It's actually quite lumbering, quite slow. But aside from the jumps, because the jumps do cover quite a bit of range, but aside of that, it is actually quite the quite a slow and considered fight. Now, it does have large sweeping arcs as attacks. In these large sweeping motions, it does tend to clip you. And not having much HP is gonna be a detriment, so I'll find out what happens. I don't know how likely I am to die. Wouldn't put it past me. Yeah, probably I want this on 1. This on 3. Gonna keep these around. Blood for the blood god pile. Yeah, that's... Wolong did mess me up a little bit in regards to how you use a lot of the... Have some oil and have some fire. Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeesh. That didn't do all that much damage. Can you please stop? Yeah, I don't. I do tend to get got by certain attacks. Really? Got smushed. But I guess that's just it from switching from a game like, or a Sekiro-esque game where you can deflect everything to... Hey! Well, unfortunately, I lost all my echoes at the cleric beast, so I'll be back in a minute. Don't know if I first tried the cleric beast first time around. It's not like anybody heard me talk about it. Oh well, the whole spiel I just did regarding the fight and the way the beast itself handles itself. But a lot of the attacks are actually quite easy to see coming, at least. I wouldn't say I managed to dodge or deal with them very well just now, but not gonna bother with these fellas. I just want my... Don't mind me. Somewhere around here. Nope, that's much too far. Ooh. Where are all my blood vials? There they are. Not blood vials, blood echoes. If you had more can heal through a lot of the damage he does. Quite angry enough to rip out the floor of the... Yeah, let me get that piece of skull. Yeah, much better. It's angry now. So angry. Ah, missed the visceral. I knew I was too close, but I did try to heal anyway. Gonna go monkey mode now. Nope. Timing's bad. we're gonna do this all day now. Something like that. And he backs off. Oop, don't want to get grabbed. Oh, that's gonna hurt. And down he goes. The Sword Hunter badge. The fairly slow fight. And unfortunately, despite all our work, what did you just do? I never really had the problem with the automatic gestures. But apparently today, it's very insensible, sensitive. It's very unsensible, even. So yeah, it's very sensitive in that matter. Now, of course, because there is a gate here, and this door, this door is in our way and blocking the path. We cannot actually ascend to the healing church. Well, shock horror, I know. Not like I talked about it about an hour ago. But at least we killed our first boss. Which immediately the range of the whip can be very potent. It also deals bonus damage in whip form against beasts because it is a serrated weapon. But it would taking the cleaver, of course, would have messed him up much more, especially with the transform attacks.
Hello, good hunter.
Hello, good doll.
I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength.
That's
You will
nice.
hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit. Did you speak with German?
Yeah.
He was a hunter long ago, but now serves only to advise them. He is obscure, unseen in the dreaming world. Still, he stays here, in this dream. Such is his purpose.
It is his purpose. As a surrogate child.
Ah, the little ones, inhabitants of the dream. They find hunters like yourself, worship and serve them. Speak words they do not. But still, aren't they sweet?
I don't really know why, but they do kind of give me the vibe of white blood cells. Maybe it's their appearance just after the werewolf blood burst into flames. But it's their influence that keeps us safe from the Yornum taint, from the plague of beasts.
Ah, the little ones. Inhabitants of the dream. They find speak.
Surprisingly fitting, that gesture, but still.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Skill strength. That's, 10 strength, 14 skill, 12 blood tinge. That is all I need for the Chikage. I do need something much more annoying, like 18 or 20 blood tinge for the Evelyn. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm gonna try to even things out a little. It's almost 100 more HP, but getting more stamina is also quite valuable right now. So yeah.
Farewell, good. May you.
Well, I will be back in a moment because I do think I'll just kill a single hunter and return to get that level up in stamina. So I'm at 10 and 10. It's the messenger of the stump. There's linked to the nightmare, but there are no messengers. Because I don't have any adornments. So, oh, what do you have? Pungent blood cocktails. I already have 2 of them. Where did I pick up those? Where did I pick up something so valuable? Didn't pay attention. Or I could sell something real quick. I mean, I'm missing a laughably small amount. I have some pebbles.
Welcome home. What is it? Very well. Let me step.
So yeah. 10, 10, 10, 14, 14, 9. I don't need arcane probably at all, I think. As long as discovery is above 100, it's perfectly fine.
Farewell, good hun.
Considering how discovery works. Oh well, I can go to Great Bridge. Doesn't matter. So yeah, the way discovery works in, well, all of these games is you have a value of 100, and as long as you are at 100, stop it. You'll get the regular drop percentage. So if an item drops with 10%, chance to, well, if you have 10% drop chance and you have exact 100, there's the burning party. 100 item discovery, you're gonna get 100% of the 10% drop quota. If you would have 200 item discovery, you get 200% of the drop quota, so you'd get 20%. So it is all in all a fairly straightforward thing, but that also means small numbers are incredibly small boosts only, considering most items drop with what, maybe just a couple of percentiles worth of chance. That felt much closer than it was. You are very kind to me today, you know that. And that is the elevator we want to use for the small aqueduct just back there. And once more to the old church in Old Yornum. That's the ruins right there. That's the outline of the building. You come in through, I guess, would be that doorway? Or is it that side actually? Well, I'm gonna have to take a look from the lower aqueduct, but either way you have the old outline just below us with all the archways. You throw your blood cocktails at when you're fighting the blood-starved beast below. I do love how the cramped nature of the city can offer up so many details. Just like that should be the great tree back there, just barely poking out. Or is it further behind? That's the way to Yaharagul. Oh well, first things first, we're gonna have to deal with game. Dogs in cages, because they will break out if you leave them. Or at least a couple of them will, like this one. We'll leave this one as well. Don't think he can get out, but he did already get out. He always does. I don't know if he even starts in that cage or if it's just open. Doesn't matter though. Oh, he knows what's up with that old woman. Dogs always know characters, isn't it? As they say, don't they? Well, then again, they are attacking us.
You're a hunter, aren't you? Well, do you know of any safe places?
Well, let's get yelled at.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not? Yeah, I said you're good for me. Go on.
Yeah.
Well, go and stop it. I know all your tricks.
Skipped through that a bit too aggressively. I'm sorry about that. But I do have to say, I just kind of recall that I probably should be talking to, or that I should have a check on Yosefka. Because I don't really know all that well when she actually changes. If it's after you've defeated not Gurman. that would be a bit bit long-winded, wouldn't it, that storyline, if she changed after Gurman. But if she changed after the Cleric Beast or after Gascoigne. I guess Gascoigne makes the most sense, but... You doing alright, Gilbert?
Yes, I see. But the Great Bridge is the only way to the Cathedral Ward. And during the hunt, the bridge is closed.
Hmm.
You could try the aqueduct. There's a rather, how shall I put it, colourful area south of the Great Bridge. From there, an aqueduct leads to the Cathedral Ward. Not a place you'd normally want to visit, but I don't imagine you have much of a choice, do you? An aqueduct. Not a place you'd not much of...
It's nice that you can actually check that from up here. You can see the bridge just below. And if you wanted to have a better angle, you could always just go to the Great Bridge again. Or to maybe even just a starting point. Now, the annoying part of Bloodborne always was and always will be the fact that you have to wake up the doll every second time you visit. No, not really. The fact that you can't teleport inside or from one lamp to another, you always have to go through the dream. Which at least on the PS5, the loading times aren't quite as bad as they were in PS4. Feels like to me.
You are safe, thank goodness.
Ah, she changed.
But I'm afraid nothing will change my mind.
No?
I cannot open
she
the door.
She hasn't.
Please, try to understand my position. I pray for your safety. You are safe, but I'm afraid... Please, I pray for your...
No, it's still the same voice actress. I love the fact how they just changed the voice actress so blatantly, but because you rarely interact with Yosefka at all. Unless she is a freaking port of call for you on your first playthrough. You likely won't remember. So I'll have to go AFK again. For but just a minute or two. So that took longer than 2 minutes. Oh. Oh, if you have to help out, you have to help out. I got rid of the oil urns. Gonna be in the way only. So. Central Yarnum, next stop, Father Gascoigne. Well, probably next stop, Eileen, and then the Gascoigne family residence, and then we're gonna head for Gascoigne himself. Oh, did I miss the chance to upgrade? No. Didn't actually get any more drops. Do you have a chance to drop? I don't. I probably need to kill werewolves, don't I? Oh, that was bad. Stop. Give me my HP back. Blood vials, blood vials. Give me all my blood vials. Oh yeah, that's not where I need to go. So unfortunately, the dogs are back. Don't want to get don't want to get jumped. Just done talking. So I'm gonna get more bloodstone shards in here, don't I? Whoop. Just let me remove that liver for you. Yeah, that's one. Just need. I do need a good few more. Casual. What? 7 more for my cane, and a good couple more for the gun, and of course the chikage.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in.
Yeah.
Night of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Thanks.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
She's so positive, isn't she? I guess frenzy medication, poison medication. One of the two is gonna be for the lamp. So yeah, I don't tend to find myself moments where I quickly need to duck out.
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
She does kind of switch up her stance a little, doesn't she? Well, having fear is good, but still, you need to hunt. So I do always have the feeling that I'm gonna fall when I cut these down, so. Because you do have quite the forward momentum when attacking with the cane. Gonna get shot. Cause a guy down there has a gun. That was a gunshot. Hi. You're not quite a crossbow guy, but you're not far off, are you? It's kind of ridiculous just how how annoying crossbow guys especially are. Come on now. Stop it. Hunters in various stages of transformation. To me, that's the rats below that got alerted to my presence because I started running. I don't know, I find it somewhat both funny and ridiculous just how unaware people seem to be. Well, people I meet mostly. Stop it. Yarnamites, and well, the way the game just kind of handles itself. How people are supposedly unaware that the werewolves are people. Don't know, always found that funny. It's not like it was exactly the most thoroughly kept secret, was it now? Ah, that's a bad place for the rat to go. No, 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 no. Don't go down as well. It's bad enough to have one live rat down there. What did I pick up? The saw spear. Weapon similar to the saw cleaver, but well, it's a spear. Oh, that was that was the wrong button entirely. It's gonna kill me at some point, and that is the madman's knowledge. What's up there then? Is that also a second madman's knowledge? Where is that? A large blood clump. Oh, that's the wrong button again. Well, I'm gonna kill myself at some point with that feature. The controls in all of these games are just different enough to get them mixed up in quite dangerous circumstances, aren't they? Cut it out. Ah, bloodstone. Ooh, 2 bloodstone shards. Well, that's nice. Anyway, that is the then at the end there with the 2 rats is the first madman's knowledge you can find in Yarnum. So that is the other way without encountering a boss, where you can get a insight from. Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the great ones. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose. For posterity. With the white thingy-majig in the form of one of the familiars, the cosmic familiars associated with Ebriatus. The pearl slugs, if you will. Which are also likely the little dots of light that Ludwig saw whenever he held the moonlight sword close. Bonk. Crow ambush. Is the who is the docile crow around here? Well, you're not docile. That's just a long drop into a shallow grave. Well, you're not docile. Sit down. Bloodstone shard. So, felted stuff. Imagine launching a boat out of this place. What is this place actually supposed to be? Are we in a canal? In an actual canal? Or is it a sewage canal? Or was it once the former and then turned into the latter? That's the small courtyard that leads up to the large bridge. Sit down. And there you have a second madman's knowledge.
Wretched outsider. Trying to fool me to open this door. Heavens, the depths of depravity.
It's the lower part of the or a house on the lower side of, well, place up there. Last time I also talked about all these locked up coffins. He's entranced by the melody, which we will make blatant use of because of his... He's one of the... well, he lost it. He's carrying one of the statues, which I, for some reason, find much more difficult to dodge.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? Maybe it's through look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt. and she went to find him. But now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
You shall find the girl's mother.
Really? Oh, thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box. It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs. And when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it.
When Daddy forgets us, we play it so he remembers.
My mum wears, oh, it's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, and if you find her, give her this music box. Please, I know you can do it.
Again, who knows how long the mother is gone already. With the night going on for so long. Oop. That was Volong interfering, trying to grab the ladder with an R2. Oh, that's the place Eileen is standing at, isn't it? Because that is the wharf building in the background. Yharnam is very hard to navigate if you're not in control yourself. Slow and steady does it. The ghouls are very resilient, especially against non-fire. In the first playthrough I had a fire cleaver, which made short work of him. Well, not quite as early as this, but I guess the cleaver in general does work better against the ghouls. Yeah, I see you crawling out of the corner. Don't think... well, 70-ish. Oh, this is my second playthrough on this console. Still more to go. Yeesh. I do really like the fact that the loading times seem to be decreased in comparison to PS4. I do hope you figure out what's wrong with the game for you, so you can download it. Oh yeah, I love it as well. The atmosphere, just the. I'm also a sucker for the Lovecraftian elements. Although those get more prevalent in Miyazaki's modern titles, I think. In general, considering Elden Ring and, well, I guess even Dark Souls 3 to some degree. Oh. Couple of free bullets. Quickly go for the, well, medical examination of a pig. Oh, seems. It's worked up about something. Well, yeah. Guess we had to remove something. Saw hunter badge. Just a couple more werewolves. And then, well, find out how Gascoigne's gonna treat me today. Yeesh. Oh, too early. Beasts all over the shop.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Already on to blunderbussing. Oh. That's... bad timing. I really dislike your blunderbuss.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
That's where I should parry you. Really? Probably two. Ah. Oh well. Not exactly the best of tries for the first third of it. My track record against Gascoigne is spotty at best, so... I could upgrade my weapon once, but... But then again... Now, compared to the cleric beast earlier, Gascoigne is much more the ferocious animal than what the cleric beast tries to persuade you it is. Still quite loud, but much more aggressive, much faster. Also, I would say has higher damage numbers. Why are you following me? Want my blood vials? Yeah. Don't need to kill those two. So Gascoigne, I got my blood echoes now. Let's. Ah, too slow. Yeah. Want my HP back, please? That's unfortunate. That delayed attack on the jump. All going wrong now. Ah, well. No, I want to send you back up. Yeesh. Had to happen at some point, but quite so early. Anyway. Just gonna pick these up real quick, if you don't mind. Oh, he did mind, apparently.
Too proud to show your true face, eh? What a sporting hunt it was.
Ah, Gascoigne. Havoc engine. You are a gift at times. Now let's not get caught up on the Torch Hunter. Yeah, much better. Now, Gascoigne, please be kind. Already made a fool of myself. Oh, did not actually think I would parry that. Oh, again. No, I'm getting impatient. Yeah. Gonna go werewolf now. And down he goes. Well, took me long enough. Negative track record against Gascoigne still stands. It is what it is. Now, unfortunately, of course, the red jewel brooch. A woman's bright red brooch, engraved with the name Viola. Perhaps the jewel is a gift from a hunter used to change into doublet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. With the proper workshop tool, various weapons can be fortified. Now, I don't really know if I want to give it to the girl. This time around. And again, it just ends a quest if you don't do that. So... Many more of the chained coffins. Probably, or surely, a method to, well, be on the safe side after slaying someone afflicted. As there is a hint of immortality in the Beast Plague, considering the final stage of the Beast Plague are the Dark Beasts, which are basically just reanimated, well, bones and fur that spark with blue lightning. The Bergenwerf spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Of course, the talk is of Rom, the vacuous spider. Which I personally think is more a caterpillar than a spider, even just by name and form alone. Lost Master is a more curious thought, possibly alluding to Mikolash, or Murgo, for that matter. And just like that, we're in Uden Chapel. Hey, guy.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good. Good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about 'em, tell 'em about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell 'em to come on over. If you wouldn't mind.
Now, considering the survivors, I've been thinking about what to do for the last, what, 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Yeah. And one thing I haven't ever done before, and I am quite curious, although I do know how it will end. What I'm quite curious about is I do kind of want to send them all to Yasefka. Just have the bobblehead army be created for once. She's just, yeah, it's a silent prayer. Hello, good doll. You're back to tell me about partake in communion.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion.
So that first sentence clearly alludes to the moon is close, so the moon presence is watching closely as to what transpires. And of course, likely, the involvement of the beast plague, that's, well, gonna be the onset of more or less mass transformations as the night continues and more blood gets ministered. Plus 1% physical damage. Yeah. I can upgrade the weapon once more. 5 more and I'll be in business. Can now acquire the Gascoigne garb. Hunter attire worn by Father Gascoigne. The dingy scarf is a holy shawl and symbol of the healing church, from which Gascoigne would eventually part ways. Father is a title used for clerics in a foreign land, and there is no such rank in the healing church. So, with him being a foreigner as well, just like we are or Gilbert is, Gascoigne, well, you could consider Gascoigne held up pretty well, all things considered. I'm gonna take the hand lantern just for the sake of it. I will eventually, once I transition to the Chicago, I will eventually keep the cane around as a side weapon.
Home, good. What is it you desire? Very well. Let me stand close.
For crowd control and range. Yeah. So low on HP right now. That's 2 damage. 2 paltry damage. Gonna have to level main stats for a little bit before coming back to the scaling ones. So, with Gascoigne now defeated, Yosefka will have switched. Oh, fair maiden, why is it that you weep? Oh, I think I just got that. That's referring to Ebrietas, isn't it?
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yosefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yosefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service.
Well, I do guess the only one actually becoming a threat to the people who got sent to Yosefka is the player themselves. Can just barely make out Rosmarius? Oh no, it should be a main hand weapon. That's the. She's using a cane, isn't she? Yeah, you can just make out that she's holding something through that lower left. Well, torn window. I love how blatantly obvious the switch actually is, but because you spend so little time with Yosefka, it can be so difficult to tell. But aside from the blatantly different approach in regards to what to do, Yharnam has gotten significantly darker. Yeah, aside from the blatantly obvious switch in opinion as to what to do, the voice actress changes, the model changes. Although that, of course, is the most well hidden part about this. Hey, Gilbert. Oh. Kinda rude of me to use the blood vial.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I take this...
Ah, thank you very much.
I make no use of it, but perhaps you... What afflicted me was incurable, but this time gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
Well, about that.
Don't you worry about me.
You already have these strange cloud formations, but oh, that looks like an eye, doesn't it? Or like a face. It's most obvious with the pale blood, or with the blood moon sky. The pale blood sky is the people of Yargul would put it, that you are, well, you are being watched. Annoying granny. Gonna send you someplace safe. That's the right timing. I'm not sure I ever really send Ariana to Yosefka's. It's probably something not many people do, all in all, because you need, or well, it's always safer to have her around to get the umbilical cord if you want to find the moon octopus. Still kind of wild to me that the moon presence is based off Nyarlathotep. But, well.
So what is it now? Are much better ways to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice safe place.
Oh, it'll be exhilarating.
Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with. Oh, enough with you. Trot along. Chop, chop.
Yeah. I don't think Eileen has anything new to say right now. But it's best to always check. How you doing?
What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry that I'm still trembling. So... Got 6 of them, might as well use one of them. Did you get your new resident?
Oh, hello. You're all right. She's safe with me now. I presume you're to thank?
Yes.
The treatment is going well. Stabilized, for the most part. Fascinating, really. Here you are, as promised.
Numbing mist.
Oh, thank goodness you came. Be a dear. Find me some more.
I will. You shouldn't start giggling like that. It's a bit too obvious. But then again, after Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, who is to say what's obvious and what's not? So... Now it's time to move on to Cathedral Ward. Would you perchance like to move to Yosefka?
This here's a safe place. Stay as long as you like, but next time you're out on a hunt, if you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Erden Chapel, because there's nothing to fear here.
He makes a good case, doesn't he? Gonna quickly deal with the mobs on this staircase to get the item in the corner before it's gonna be guarded by a kidnapper. Can't wait to get abducted into the land of blood echoes. Oh, you are so easily parried. Wooden shield. Is that amygdala sounds? Well, it could just be church sounds. I mean, of course, this is the place with the amygdala sitting up top. Yeesh. I make one comment on how easy you are to, well, how easy it is to parry you, and that's what I get. Quickly, not to get screwed up just yet. Last time I did my best to kill Ludwig as soon as possible so I could use the Holy Sword for as long as I could. This time it's gonna be Canehurst. It's always difficult to tell. Is that supposed to be Canehurst or an offshoot of somewhere else? The lake is in the background, isn't it? Old Jordan below. That's right, I never actually looked from this side of the aqueduct how old Yarnum is doing. I'm not gonna spend the money to get this door open this time around. Should have seen that coming. More bloodstone shards. Up to 6. 2 more. 40. For level 3. That's the... I'm gonna mess up your stealth crow off to the side. Gonna aggro both. Nope. I dislike the statue ones. Because they're... Don't know if their timing actually is different, but it feels... Yeah. It's about what I expected to happen. Oh, I'm just gonna kill you. So cold. That's the big... That's the actual big bridge. The aqueduct below. That is the church where you fight the... Oh, well, as mentioned from earlier, that is the outline of the church ruin where you fight the blood-starved beast in. And going by the... Yeah, that's a staircase leading into the area with all the burning crosses. None of which you can see because it's too far away. It's not loaded. And that's Oriarnum. Just back there. Well, parts of it. Probably goes around quite a bit. So I never quite tried to figure out which one is the tower with Jura is on. By the shape, going by the shape, it would be that one, just straight ahead. The four small spires, but you would have to be able to jump onto that from Jura's tower, and that's just not possible. So it's likely it's further in. I spend a lot of time looking down from above, but not much time looking up from below. Impenetrable fence. Oh, I guess you could get a nasty cut on the broken off iron bits. Thanks for growling at me. I would have missed you. So once again, I said this on my first playthrough. I don't like fighting against the ball and chain. Big guys, so I am gonna just slowly make my way around. If I heard correctly, I just missed Wandering Nightmare. Well, there isn't that much. They can drop. That would be bad to miss. Closed. What an... the fact that this store still exists is always... It's a curio. Although, just like my... going back to my rant on cut content from the beginning of the session, it's fairly easily imaginable that this would have led to some plays involved with cut content. This is an area that is fairly easily accessible. This is a memorable little place to come through. It's also, considering these are all incense pots, vials, whatever you would actually call them. Whatever is back here has to be something quite important or valuable. Considering the only places that stock this much incense that is lit, after all, although it's slowly going out one by one, are the churches themselves, well, mainly Cathedral Ward, and of course the entrance to the Upper Cathedral Ward with the orphanage. As long as they're sleeping, you can just slowly walk by. But don't encroach too much into their personal space. They won't mind at all. Shouldn't run though. There's just something I really dislike fighting ball and chain enemies in basically all of these games. So that's why I skip out on fighting him. Oop. Ah, Havoc Engine. Huh. Sound effect for no reason. And then I'll close off the gate as the giant we kill up there will respawn behind it. Also another empty baby carriage. Now, do I probably want to restock real quick. Yeah. There's no easier way of doing this, so. Oh, I'm running out of bullets already. Ah, gas coin.
Welcome. What is it you desire? Very well, let me stand close. Farewell, good hunter. May you find you.
Worth in a waking world. Well, I'm trying. On to twin shards. I can already upgrade the pistol. Ah, HP recovery. It's just one, but that might offset some blood vial usage. 6 bullets. Feels kinda bad. I'd much rather hold on to it. Well, I can always use blood bullets, can't I? So, hey guy. Eek. Always so. It's one way to waste a couple of bullets. Oh, amygdala, amygdala. Alfred, my man. Gonna be there in a second. If I don't die to the dogs, that is. Oh! Why do you have so much more HP than the other guys? Where's the ambush? There he is. Stranger. What are you buying? The RE4 remake's also coming out soon, doesn't it? Do hope they don't mutilate it quite as much as they did with part 3. Alfred! It's time for oodles.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligurius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance. Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way.
Yes. May the good blood guide your way.
There must be oodles for us to share. Go on. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Well, tell me about the Healing
As you know,
Church.
the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. but I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that councillors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the cathedral ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit.
Well, that is kind of what I'm trying to do, isn't it? What do you know about Byrgenwerth?
Byrgenwerth is an old place of learning, and the tomb of the gods, carved out below Yharnam, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Byrgenwerth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yharnam can be traced back to Byrgenwerth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the Healing Church has declared Byrgenwerth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate.
Well, it's 1 or 2, depending on how you're counting.
I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
May the good blood guide your way. Well, nobody tell him we're gonna be a vile blood. Alfred is a strange character to me, because I'm never quite sure if he's just a cosplayer who went over the deep end and, well, found his love for Master Logarius, or if he is actually an executioner. Because it does not seem to have been a part of Master Logarius's attack on Cainhurst. Nope, that's probably just to get stabbed in the back, the alternate way down. So yeah, anyhow. Maybe I'm just reading too much into Alfred and the way he is presenting himself. Hi. Nope. Oh. Just get staggered, please. Need more stamina, so I can actually combo him down. Don't forget the item. I want the antidotes. And don't forget that's just a candle. Looked suspicious for a moment. Don't forget the most valuable item. 3 pungent blood cocktails. These ridiculously expensive throwables. Oop. As we enter Old Yharnam. This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here. Of course. Why would a warning stop us? When has a warning ever stopped anybody? I might just go for this side path first. More bloodstone shards. More bloodstone shards. I know there's one of you to the left. The Adept Blood Gem. And the Hunter's Torch. Upgraded version. Might as well. Won't make much of a difference, but, well. We can have it, we might as well use it. Sadly, this is not open just yet. As we climb back up top. Blood for the blood pile. So we are right at the edge of...
You there! Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yarnum, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts.
Ooh.
They are of no harm to those about. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
Well, unless I spend 10,000 echoes, I can only go this way, you know. It's basic economy. Trying to save some money. Also, always trying to find a place where you fight Paul, as you can see that from quite early on. But again, that's more looking down than up. It's already the little guy who wanders over. That just looks like a... Is that a missing texture? Is that an unfortunate black square? Cobblestone texture with trees in between. Likely not anywhere important. That's the large round areas. There's the aqueduct. And yeah, that's the large tower, the one I thought might be the one he could be sitting on. I saw much further back there. But I guess it's not only a perspective thing, I guess it's also a programming thing. So it might all look much more densely clumped together from up there than it actually is. That's the river, cleaving Yarnum and Twine. That is the large roof, belongs to the large building where the afflicted are praying inside. That's the bridge going across the river with the... just there. With the building where the white werewolf is sitting on the side of. And that's the entrance to the other rundown building. Trying to dodge the shots. Fire! I will use it. Use it. Trying to keep the distance. Female patients don't really see the fire carry around. Oh, that's the way to that's the little staircase, isn't it? That leads to the fight with Paul. Yeah, that should be the little way where you can summon the help. The little helper. Huh. That's suspicious. Floating statue, anybody? Reminds me, I didn't assign the hand lantern its spot. That is a floating statue asset, isn't it? Oh, I love wonky stuff like this. Really? You're so uncooperative at times. Statues chained together to one giant pile. The sun. For it will eventually make way to the moon.
You are a skilled hunter, adept, merciless, half-cut with blood, as the best hunters are.
Yeesh. I really don't want to be poisoned, thank you very much. Well, we've been praised, which is our cue to be leaving.
Which is why I must stop you.
Ooh, that was quite a lot of poison. As the room gets exploded. I'll just take the antidotes, thank you very much. Pecking at my heels. So yeah. Best deal with the small guys quickly so they can't frenzy. Not sure if the big female patients can frenzy them. Yeesh. Blood-tinged gemstone. Feels entirely worthless. Nope. It's moments like this where the whip excels at usually. Especially if you can retreat a little bit further backwards. That's why I also like bringing it to the Chalice dungeons, especially the rat rooms. Oh, I'm gonna get shot by Jura. He's gonna shoot me off the tower. Much like Gascoigne, my track record against Jura is pretty bad. And that's probably the other big thing I still want to do again, is come here from the backside and just talk to him. I hate your blunderbuss, you know that. No idea if he follows me. Ah.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
And then being condescending. Well. All the damage I dealt was pretty damn bad. Doesn't help, I'm running out of bullets, but... The best way to deal with him is to just throw him off the tower. But I really can't seem to be able to do that consistently.
I should think
yeah.
Dreams. Well,
didn't even expect.
Give some thought.
Youch. Those poor, what, 8.9k? Well, good news, it takes the pressure off. And then everything explodes. Explosion! Pretty sure a couple of them follow you up the ladder. Yeah, that's one. If you just knock him down, he survives, which is also annoying.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Yeah, try to... Every time you try to seem competent, something goes awry horribly. Prayers in session. Don't know if the little guy follows up 2 flights of ladders. Not flights of stairs, 2 ladders. Hey. Why do I miss you so often?
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Yeah. It's like the game wants me to leave him for a little bit. At some point it becomes personal. And I do hate his blunderbuss. That's kind of rude. Could maybe try to beat him to the draw. But then he just starts. Could I please? It's very.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Now, all things considered, what do I want to do? I could just leave him, but it's much easier to have a look around when he's dead. Oh, I guess that was a Havoc engine trying to make things entertaining. Well, I am basically at that point in time where I usually wanna stop for the day, as I have to tend to other things for now. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Does not at all have anything to do with Jura being frustrating. No, 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 no. Why would it? Why would it be anything at all like that? It's not like this is the only place I can realistically attempt right now. Isn't that the darndest thing? flying statue. Well, either way. Oh, said something. Cat approaches. That's the wrong side. Nope. Stop it. Clawing at the furniture again. Oop. That's some quality commentary. Yes. You're a little too forceful, you know that. Gonna have to check something real quick. Anyway. I do wonder what the trick is to get Jura to be consistent with what he does. Because of how things are going, I really don't know how you do it. Well, of course, it could be a version-related issue. Considering most speedrunners seem to have that on lockdown. Well, it's an issue I usually only have to deal with once or twice per what, half a year? So, or 3 months or so. So that's not that bad, honestly. It kind of shows the weaknesses of the cane as well, just like with Gascoigne and the Cleric Beast, where the cane is objectively a worse weapon, or performing worse than the Sword Cleaver would on all accounts. And I guess the large swings you do are slightly slower than the Sword Cleaver's hacks with the folded in version, the Cleaver version. No, that's this. What is considered the Cleaver version? Oh well. Oh well. And if not, then I'll bash my head against the issue tomorrow. I'll probably have a lot of time on Thursday as well, although in the morning. Well, even morning to afternoon. I'll be around back home, maybe 8:30. Need to head out again at 3, so there's loads of time to do some killing of beasts. Again, without a doubt, I'll deal with him tomorrow. Maybe by ignoring him for a little while and returning later. That seems like the actual smart thing to do for right now. Oh. Yeah, cat interference, sorry. She wants all the attention right now. Yes, yes. All the attention. Yes, little kitty cat. And of course there's also always the option of just getting the 10k echoes and going around. But well, I prefer having old Yharnam done. It opens up a lot of options. It opens up the chalices, so I can start bitching about them a little that much sooner as I try to make up my mind whether or not I want to deal with them or not. Which is, well, usually I don't want to, but I want to, but I don't want to, but I want to. Just everything about the chalices is rough or can be rough, but well, if you manage to actually kill one of the bosses, it's not much more exhilarating, isn't it? Especially in, well, you should attempt those chalices only at 3 people squad size levels. Nothing quite beats beating that horrible amygdala down in Lauren. It's just the whole challenge around that's terrible. Well, anyway, I've started my usual shtick again, and began rambling as I stand off in a corner. Well, this time looking at a flying statue. Where is it? There it is. Jesus! It's the Flying Virgin Mary. That is one of those pointing skyward, isn't it? By the shape. So I guess it's from. That surely is from one of the is a loading zone issue. That's just slightly above us. Going by relative space we traveled. Funny nonetheless. Yeah. So, yeah, managed to what's it? Divert my own attention already again. So, I'll just I should really head off. And again, that's what I'm gonna do. Yharnam and the Beast Plague. Of course, I could start rambling about that, but that's feels a bit much. Tomorrow it's gonna be Jorah's head, or well, if we attempt to run at him often enough, he'll just not shoot us one time, and then we'll manage to hit him, and he falls off. I guess the problem was. Just as much that the sprint attacks usually missed. I just charged past him. Cat attention. Certainly lost. Well, so I'm going to turn this off for now. I will be back tomorrow. And hopefully it's gonna be full steam ahead towards the next ending. I'm thinking about challenging German. Feels like getting the most out of the game, out of the character, out of the Tikage. And then I'll see what I'll do, if I'll go for the new game plus stuff, or if I'm gonna skip out on it again. So, want that more tomorrow. So, toodaloos.